Welcome back to the next video where we're going to be looking at this particular interface that you see. The smallest unit in Excel is a cell. So right now if you see I am in the A1 cell. How do we know I am in the A1 cell? One is if you see we have these alphabets on top or letters. These are columns. So all of these are columns, so K, J, and these are rows. So the intersection of the column and the row is the cell number. And we can also see that here in the name box. So if I hover my mouse here on this, you can see that this is the name box here. Right now I am in E5. So this is the name box. How do we select the entire column is you can click on the alphabet. If you see here, if I want to select the entire column, I click on this. If it is this column, then I click here. So this is how you select the entire column. Similarly, if you want to select the entire row, you click on the number. So whenever I say click, it is the left click. Unless I specify right click, please go ahead and use the normal click, which is the left button. So if I select this entire one, I am right now selected the entire 10th row. And if you see, as you keep going to the right, that entire row 10th row is selected. Similarly here, if I scroll down, you will see that the entire column is selected. Depending upon the versions of Excel that you are using, if you're using 2000, I think 19, 2000, Office 365, 2016, you will see just one sheet here. And I think even in 2013, it is just one sheet. Or you might have three sheets at the bottom. You might have sheet 1, sheet 2, and sheet 3. So your sheets here at the bottom, depending upon the version, might look slightly different. So how do we add a sheet? You can click on this plus and you will be able to add it. There are shortcuts for each of these which we will look at in detail as we proceed. But right now I just wanted to focus on the interface. So these are the different sheets here, and you can move through these sheets. Let's assume okay. Let me add so that you're kind of clear about this. I have more sheets here, and this is usually the tendency, right? Right now you can see only sheet 9. Now if I click on this arrow, you can see all the way till sheet 12, and now here we see sheet 5, and if I use this arrow, I can go to the first sheet. I can also right click here. If I right click, I have an option to go to any of these sheets directly. So let's assume I want to go to sheet 5. Here is normal click OK. It will directly take me to sheet 5. So that is why you have this arrows here. The other thing that you see at the bottom is the scroll bar. So you have two scroll bars. One is a vertical one to scroll up and down, and the other one is the horizontal scroll bar. So these are two things that you will see. And if you want to zoom in or zoom out of this Excel, so let's assume you have large chunks of data and you want to see the complete one, you will see an option here which is zoom out. I can zoom out and you can see the entire rows and column becoming smaller. Or I can zoom in all the way like this to the right, 400% zoom. This is the zoom option that is available here. Now let's look at, so this is at the bottom. Now let's look at the top, and here of course you have the different views. So you have a page layout view. So this is going to give your data page wise. So now I know that there are certain things which is going to come in a particular page. So this is by default the landscape mode which is available. Okay. And now it is showing you the different page layout views. And if I click on this, it takes me back to normal. Now the advantage of doing this is if you see here, there's an imaginary line that is drawn. Now you have a fair bit of idea, which is going to be printed in what, etc. So that's another advantage of this. You can also actually click on this and go to a specific percentage that you want to see. So for example, if you want to fit a section, you can do that and it is going to fit this particular section. Okay, if I do 100%, takes me back to 100%, which is the original format. Now, next on top, that what we have are the here at the top that we have. So this is the account details that we see here. And if you want to minimize, so you have this option to minimize and restore. And of course, you have the close button. And if you remember in the earlier video, we had seen about shared file. So this is where or how you will be able to share this file with others, especially through OneDrive. Okay, so that is how you will be able to do this. And then we have these different menus on top, or some people refer to as tabs as well. So you have menus or tabs on top, and below each of those menus you also have different commands or controls. So for example, on the home tab you have all of these commands. If I click on page layout, it will take me to the page layout view. And here now, can somebody tell me in the comment section as to if I want to change the size of the file, how do I do that? How can I change? For example, I want to make it an A4 sheet and maybe in landscape mode. How can I do that? So that's under the page layout, and I'm sure a few of you have already noticed it, which is the orientation. So it is in portrait, I can make it landscape. And if you see here, moment I do that, the margin kind of changes. And of course, the size is right now letter. And if I want to make it A4, it is made A4. And if you see this again, jump to that. So that is the tabs and ribbons, and we will be looking at some shortcuts for these as well. Next, you have the name of the file that you're working on. Currently, this name of this file is book one. Whatever is the name of the file that you're giving, it is going to come here. So that is about the Excel interface. I would request you to try this, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask them in the comment section, and we will be more than happy to help you.